Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I'm going to do a testimony on suicide. I'm really glad that they're doing the suicide watch because I think it's a very important subject. You know, I've dealt with suicide a lot in my life. When I was younger, my dad passed away when I was 5, and I remember I used to want to commit suicide so that I could be with him, which, you know, that's no way to be with someone. When I was 19, I sliced my wrist because I was in a bad relationship. Not all suicide is about bullying and stuff, you know. Sometimes it's just that you're in a bad relationship and maybe you just need to get away from that relationship rather than going down that road. It's really a sadness that I can't even really explain. And if you haven't really been there, then you don't understand that sadness, you know. And when I was in that moment, I lost a lot of blood. And, you know, that blood is God's blood, you know. And I should have died, but I asked God, you know, and I wasn't one for praying. I never really prayed much at all when I was younger. And I prayed then for him to not let me die like that I had a reason to live, you know. And I made it through it, thankfully, you know. And I still didn't really find the light of God yet, you know, until recently. And I've realized that, you know, you can't really take your life into your own hands. You really kind of got to trust it in God's hands. Because if I had went through with it then, I wouldn't have the beautiful life I have now. I wouldn't have my beautiful son. You know, I really love life so much now. And if you just wait a few minutes, you might not feel the same way that you felt in that instant. I've really learned a lot on it. And if anyone is ever feeling that kind of sadness, you are welcome to call me. If you know someone that is in that position that needs someone to talk to, I would be more than willing to talk to someone. My phone number is 918-2294, and I'm available at all times. And like I said, any time of day, any time of night, I don't mind, I understand. I know when I was in that position, I wasn't really one to reach out and try to, you know, get attention for it. You know, sometimes they just want to talk, you know, and that's not something you can really ignore because that moment may be life-changing. And I also had a friend that committed suicide. He hung himself. He said something about it like 3 times in a row, and nobody took it seriously. And then, you know, the next time around, he was gone, and he left children behind that will never get to know him. You know, it's a very serious thing, and the suicide rates today are very high. And you can't really look at suicide as just suicide. Suicide is murder. That's breaking a commandment right there. I never realized that until after I sliced my wrist and they wanted to actually charge me for attempted murder. But it is. That number, once again, is 918-2294. And that's all I really have.